I call this Rise Chef. What I do is actually going to use AI to extract the screenshot of my Amazon purchases from the supermarket. It built out 11 recipes, 3 for breakfast, 3 for lunch, 3 for dinner, and 2 desserts.
Built this week, breaking it down. Built this week, we show you how. A fresh idea, a clever tweak. You locked in, you built this week.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Built This Week, the podcast where we share what we're building, how we're building it, and what it means for the world of AI and startups. I'm Sam Nadler, co-founder here at Rise Labs, and each week I'm joined by my friend, co-host, business partner, Jordan Metzner. What's up, Jordan? How you doing today?
Hey, Sam. How's it going? Welcome back. Happy to be back as well.
Awesome. So excited for the docket today. But before we jump into the agenda, just remember, everyone, we have new episodes out every Friday. Please like and subscribe on your favorite platform where you listen to podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. And just to kick us off, as always, we're going to discuss a tool we built in the last week. This one is I think a little fun tool. It's not business related, but it has some cool functionality and I think could probably help every family or individual. And then we're going to discuss a little kind of cool use case I discovered that's probably pretty common for Nano Banana. And then finally, just some hot AI news. As always, every week's different.
All right, Sam, let's jump right into it. So, another hot week in AI news and AI building and products on the market. And I guess we can kick it off here with my Rise Chef tool. Are you ready to get started?
I will. Okay, so give me the kind of high level, what is it? And then we'll jump into how you built it and what it actually does. Quick demo.
So, everyone's trying to eat healthier nowadays. And sometimes it's hard to be creative on what to eat. And, sometimes you get bored on, cooking the same things every week and trying to stay healthy, find new recipes and be creative in the kitchen. I like to cook a lot. Definitely like to cook dinner a lot. So, I'm always trying to think about, ways I can take kind of the same products I always buy and think about new recipes so I can change it up and make them more exciting. And so, what I decided to do was, build a tool that could help me with this. And I think what's so interesting is that, especially as we get older, as people get older, you have kind of more and more dietary restrictions and different types of issues and things like that. Those kinds of issues could have a huge impact on your diet. And so, AI is going to be a huge helper in helping you find kind of recipes and tools and things in which you could improve your quality of life. And so I call this Rise Chef. I'm a huge fan of the Mediterranean diet. That's my favorite type of diet and type of eating style and using olive oil and whatnot. And so essentially what the tool is you can paste your purchases or you can simply just paste in a copy of your receipt, whether it's from the supermarket, Instacart, Amazon, pretty much anywhere you shop for your groceries. And then some magic will happen. So I took a copy of my last Amazon purchases. Let me see if I have that here. And I'm going to upload that right up here into the tool. There, uploaded the screenshot. And so what it's going to do is actually going to use AI to extract the screenshot of my Amazon purchases from the supermarket. So I went to Whole Foods. Now basically it's reviewed and it's giving me back the ingredients that are in my cart that I ordered. So tahini and carrots and pineapple chunks. So these are all the things I bought. It allows me to add additional items if I need to. But I think this is pretty good. Chicken breast, strawberries. These are all the items I purchased. And then I'm going to click generate Mediterranean recipes. And so, like I said, you can even take a picture of your refrigerator and it'll identify the objects and ingredients that you have. So it works by pretty much any type of upload, just a simple shot of your receipt or whatnot.
Have you tested taking a couple pictures of your refrigerator and just seeing if it identifies eggs, strawberries, without having the written receipt?
Yeah, it does. It does a pretty good job of that as well. You can simply just use your iPhone or whatnot and take a picture of your inside of your fridge. The problem is that, my fridge has drawers. And so, I started to do it and I realized I needed to take 4 or 5 pictures in order to get every item inside my fridge in order to upload it. Whereas, in the case of Amazon, I'm a Whole Foods. I shop at Whole Foods, and if I shop at Whole Foods and I show my Amazon QR code, then that entire order, even if I shop in the physical store, gets saved inside my Amazon order details. So it was a really simple mechanism to do that. I also like to use Instacart sometimes, so I'll just screenshot my Instacart order. So it's easier to use the receipt, but you can use pictures if you so need to. So, okay, so while we spoke, it built out 11 recipes, 3 for breakfast, 3 for lunch, 3 for dinner, and 2 desserts. So for breakfast, it recommends a tahini pineapple breakfast bowl. I've never heard of that, but that sounds pretty cool and interesting. Dark almond chocolate pineapple parfait. Okay, strawberry peach Mediterranean bar toast. So these are all like pretty high-end, elegant recipes. So you can click your view recipe. So this recipe is the baguette, strawberries, yellow peaches, and Mediterranean bar. So you slice toast of the baguette, you slice with strawberries and peach slices, and then you crumble. It says Mediterranean bar, but basically that's because we use like the salad bar. So that's maybe like a little bit of a typo, but I think overall it's got the recipe like pretty well done. Here we can go through, and I'm using, I was using AI to generate the images, the meals, but I wasn't getting good results. So I moved over to like actual images. But, here's an example of a, tahini chicken carrot stir fry. So I'd probably like never really make this. So chicken, carrots, tahini, cilantro, and olive oil, chicken breast, saute until golden, add baby carrots, cook until tender, and then stir in tahini and cilantro. And then it even gives desserts as well. So strawberry dark chocolate bites. Let's see what we do here. Dark chocolate and strawberry. Wash the strawberries, melt the chocolates, dip them in, of course. And then same with peaches. So you definitely could add different features. I've added in export, so you can export the PDFs. I have some filtering here. It's all responsive on mobile, and then we could start all over again. So I don't think you've ever seen this before, but yeah, I'd love to get your feedback. What you think of Rise Show?
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I mean, a couple weeks ago, we discussed how I use just ChatGPT to kind of monitor calories and kind of guide me through my dietary choices later in the day. And, I think combining that, my kind of, fitness tracker, calorie counter with these recipes based on, the diet I like and the actual food I have is a really powerful combination. How did you guide AI? I'm assuming you're using OpenAI into that it's just not combining random ingredients, that it's actually like a thoughtful, good tasting recipe.
Yeah. So I can't recall my original prompt, but I really tried to focus it on a high-end professional chef that was cooking Mediterranean meals using like olive oil and avoiding French diet, like kind of high in fat, like butters and things like that. I don't recall if I told it like a specific chef that I favored the most, but I really just try to focus on healthy Mediterranean diet and creativity in the kitchen. And you can kind of see that our AI chef creates high-end, healthy Mediterranean recipes that transform everyday ingredients into extraordinary meals. And I think my prompt has like some flavor of that in it. But yeah, I mean, if you had your, if you love a certain chef, then you could probably use that in your prompt to generate more creative instructions. It also probably worked really well to generate kind of kids meals, especially if your kids had like certain types of favorite foods or least favorite foods. You could also include things like gluten-free or low salt, or if you had certain type of dietary restrictions, you could add that in. So you can imagine, you had some medical restrictions in your family where, one person doesn't eat gluten and one person can have high salt, and, one person is trying to stay away from sugars or, something like that. And you can put in kind of everything you buy at the supermarket, and, you could spit out a recipe that, could meet all of the requirements of everybody who's eating with you. And then on top of that, I think like, as you mentioned, you could get the output of calories, macros, micros, and, how much protein, et cetera. So, and then probably there's like an output at the end that could say like, if you like this meal, I could tell you what to order again next time you go to the supermarket, right? So you could probably kind of build a whole full circle all the way around. So hopefully that gives a little insight into the Rise Chef tool.
Absolutely. I love it. Lastly, where are you pulling these images from? I think you initially tried to use AI to generate the images, but that did not work. So where are you actually getting these images?
Yeah, good question. So I try to use AI to generate them. One, it was a little bit expensive and slow. And two, these are like actual meals that don't exist yet. And so like AI wasn't the best at generating these things. And so I moved to Unsplash, I believe Unsplash, which is an open source library of images. And so I'm using Unsplash's tool. And I mean, I guess like with carrot and tahini, they've got great images. I mean, this is chicken and pineapple. This has great images. I mean, this is biltong on a sandwich. I've never had that before. I mean, that sounds incredible, actually. Baguette with biltong, strawberries, and cilantro. So, yeah, it's crazy, what you can do here. Again, I mostly built this just for fun. Also thought it'd be a great addition to the show. I love the idea of exporting it. So you could kind of like take the recipes with you. You could also work on serving sizes. So, these are all based around 2 servings, but if you wanted to like use this as a mechanism to make a recipe for a party or something like that, then that might be a great way to do that, to kind of add those additional features.
Very cool, Jordan. I think to transition here, we're going to cover a little bit of a kind of fun, also pet project of mine. Let me quickly provide a little bit of context. About every semester, 11-year-old daughter and I try to build a little kind of business for her. And we do it for a couple different reasons. Number one is it's fun. It's a way for us to connect and, expose her to some tools at a very early age. Number two, I want to instill that entrepreneurial spirit. And then number three, all the proceeds of whatever we're selling go to a good cause. We support an orphanage that we're connected with. So it's been a fun little activity, but we've used a couple AI tools in our latest project that I thought was probably an applicable use case for a lot of different people. But just to give you a quick, very quick demo of like what we're building. So we're building a little e-commerce website. And basically the concept is to 3D print these little hoodie charms and sell these for a couple dollars. Obviously, all proceeds going to benefit the organization that we're connected with. And we have a 3D printer, and we've created the designs of the 3D print files. And we haven't created all of our inventory, but we're going through that. Our expected launch date is in about 3 weeks, right as we hit fall. The goal is to, have these little 3D printed charms to decorate your hoodies as fall comes along. For all the images on our website, these are all AI generated images that originally started as just taking a picture of the charm we 3D printed, then generating a picture of the hoodie, and then generating a picture of roughly the demographic of her age group. So we took a picture in the case of these dolphins, we took a picture of the dolphin charm. We printed out, I think 20 little dolphins. It added the pink hoodie, and then we added this girl in jeans and white Converse. And I think takes minutes. I think the images are extremely high quality. This top image is something we created together. We wanted to create a couple of the models in the pictures. In the banner image, obviously you can see some of these charms are way too big, but I actually think that's good because it makes it more obvious as to what we're selling. And just to give like a really quick demo here, I have, my chat with Nano Banana on Google AI Studio. Yeah, so basically I print out the little charms, take a picture, throw it into Google AI Studio, give it a quick prompt, add these charms to a yellow hoodie. Every single time it's come out perfect. Then I prompt it again, add this to a 11 to 13-year-old girl with black pants and white shoes, whatever kind of graphic I give. Almost, very rarely do I have to reprompt it. For this use case, it's been that I've been using in the past week, trying to help her get the site ready. It's been really great. And boom, we get this, AI generated. You can see the charms, see the girl that's in the demo, the jeans and the black Converse. So the previous images had no background, so I'd probably remove the background, but most of the time it hasn't even required a additional prompt to get it right. Yeah, that's how I've been using Nano Banana for my daughter's e-commerce website. Okay, after some minor technical difficulties, we've decided to do the news side by side, covering 2 quick news stories today. What's hot in news, Jordan?
Yeah, so another big week in AI news. Replit, one of my favorite no-code vibe coding tools, raised a mega round. Looks like they raised about $250 million at a $3 billion valuation. They talked about how revenue grew to like $150 million. Looks like they have participation from Andreessen Horowitz, Y Combinator, and a bunch of other companies. And as you know, I love Replit. I built today's cooking tool in Replit. I use it all the time. I think it's a pretty awesome tool. And so this is really great news, I think. Any feedback you would like to use Replit?
To Replit, I mean, that's a huge round, a huge valuation. I know it's your favorite. It's actually probably my least favorite, which is just shows there's, a vibe coding tool for everyone.
Yeah. I don't know if it's my favorite, but for certain features, I mean, it's built-in database and in authentication and other features like that. I find it to be, really easy to build stuff. So, all right, let's just talk about a few other quick things. So, I don't know if you saw, but Oracle is up like 45% today in the stock market. Absolutely crushing it. Larry Ellison now number 1 richest man in the world. Which I think is a follow-up to just showing like kind of the AI growth and how it's taking kind of companies like Oracle, who are kind of more traditional cloud providers, and their deals with OpenAI and others, bringing them up to be a mega player against like Microsoft, Google, and Amazon.
Yeah, huge day for Oracle. I remember, I think it was 1 year ago today, you told me to buy Oracle, or 1 year ago approximately, you told me to buy Oracle, and it's up 3x since then. So huge day. And obviously, this is where I'm trying to invest most of my extra cash flow, is in the infrastructure around AI.
Yeah, I think, Oracle is going to continue to be a big player against these major players. And, we're seeing the growth in their numbers, and I think they're going to continue to crush it in the market. Okay. A few other quick stories. Bending Spoons, the Italian conglomerate, just purchased Vimeo for $1.3 billion. Vimeo's had a lot of ups and downs, but just another interesting story, as they own Evernote and a few other different companies. One last piece here. I want to talk about Robinhood. They had their annual Hood Summit yesterday, and they announced a bunch of new products, including Robinhood Social. And I thought this was really cool because you can share your trades with your friends, and then you can copy those trades. So I thought that was a very cool new feature that Robinhood's launching. I don't know if you were able to see that or not, or what your feedback is if you're a Robinhood user yourself.
I not really. I have a Robinhood account, but I don't really use it as much as maybe some others. But what a crazy idea. I would have never thought about that. I guess it makes complete sense. And, what a interesting product. It'll be interesting to see how much adoption there is, versus where I think there's a lot of communication regarding Reddit and different subreddits on, but I think this potentially has a much more personal approach. So very interesting.
Yeah, I'd be willing to share with you all of my trades. Maybe you'd be willing to share with me, and maybe that starts to build a network. I have a Robinhood account as well as some other marketplaces, but this will be a cool feature. Looking forward to rolling out. So anyway, another hot week in the AI news. So much going on. This was an awesome episode. Please like and subscribe. Follow us on YouTube or all of your favorite podcasting networks. Sam, for Sam and myself, thank you so much. You're listening to Built This Week. Sam, any other last comments or feedback?
No, exciting week. And don't forget to like and subscribe. New episodes out every Friday.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone. See you soon.
Built this week, breaking it down. Built this week, we show you how. A fresh idea, a clever tweak. You locked in, you built this week.